recording. And today we are talking about grade 2. So very exciting because lots of new topics and I hope we'll go further. So we'll do it like this. I'll start with the PowerPoint and we'll go through the main topics here. So, and then we'll look at the book because if you have already seen, I have added the new book to our Google Drive, and there will be the book and the tasks. So today we'll do the brief revision, we'll do the vocabulary, and we'll try to connect these topics for grade 2 and for grade 1. So let's look at the topics now. Numbers from 1 to even, not 100, but we can even count to 1,000 already. Shapes. What happens to these shapes? Can you guess? Okay, you'll see.
New shapes are added.
I promised, remember, I promised 3D shapes, but somehow I can't connect them, and we'll do the perimeter of shapes. We'll do the polygons and the perimeter. So then, of course, fruits, vegetables, animals, cool things, family, and we are adding the topics of the 2nd grade here. They are my body, my day, my home, city, and transport. So they are from the program and from the curriculum, and they will be the part of our math grade 2. Remember, I also mentioned before that grade 2 is the last grade when we pay attention to the topics. I mean, to the vocabulary topics. We won't really do it for grade 3 and grade 4 because there will be the connection, but not a big one. Okay, so, and now math for grade 1. You remember it. It was counting, backward, forward. I think with the materials that you have developed, you have already mastered it. Number bonds. What are number bonds? Translation. Sklad числа. Good. Equality, inequality, place value. Десятки, одиниці.
Десятки, одиниці.
Сотні, да? Place value, якби місце числа. Сотні, десятки, одиниці. Addition, subtraction, and word problems. Give me the translation of word problems.
Задачі.
Да, задачі, або навіть я вичитала сюжетні задачі. So, okay. And now let's see what happens to all this in grade 2. Numbers are still the same. We count backward, increasing, decreasing orders, keep counting, and we continue doing it until they master the topics. Place value to, as we count in hundreds already, we add to place value hundreds, tens, and ones, which is logical. So number bonds, we need them for addition and subtraction. For a comparison, we also add we have equality, inequality, but we add length, shorter, longer, height, higher, lower, and weight, heavier and lighter. In many, like in most books, in Ukrainian and in British books, the measurements are important. So measurements are very connected with comparisons. We measure and we compare. We do length and we compare longer. We do height, we compare higher, lower. We do weight, we compare like heavier, lighter. And when we do capacity, объем, when we do capacity, we do it in liters and milliliters when we talk about liquids, for example. And next, here we'll continue working with shapes. But as I've already mentioned, the shapes will be polygons. Can you name me a couple of polygons?
Hexagon.
Uh-huh.
Rectangle, no, not rectangle.
Yeah, they all are
Rectangle,
polygons.
yeah.
Triangle and then go polygons. Yeah. So all quadrilaterals because they have 4 quadra, and then pentagons and so on. So you will learn polygons this time. Then we have ordinal numbers, which is very logical, and we have Roman numerals. I noticed that British students, like British maths, has lots of Roman numerals. And I was just wondering why, because for me, there was no logic. It's just a numeral, yeah, and you really need to put some effort in reading it, yeah? And, but then I understood why, yeah? And now I will tell you why. Okay, so let's start with such topics as ordinal numbers. I don't think we need to justify them. There are cardinal and ordinal numbers, and they are already mature enough for ranking. I mean, the kids for rating, the first, the second, and in grade 3, in the 3rd grade, they will need ordinal numbers for fractions. Fractions will become a part of ordinal numbers. So will become the continuation of ordinal numbers. 1/3, 1/4, 1/6, and so on. No? Roman numerals. Who can read Roman numerals, by the way? You will learn. You will learn. Yeah, so you see that the numerals, like here, they have this 1 is I, then 5 is
V,
10 is X, then L, C, D, and M. But when we read them, we don't actually pronounce the letters. We read them as numbers. But with the kids, we may pronounce them as letters. Why? Because, and I understood it only a couple of days ago, that Roman numbers are a great way for practicing addition and subtraction. Like I means 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Yeah. So then when we understand that V is 5, then we put I in front of V and it's 5 minus 1 is 4, and so on and so forth. So Roman numbers are widely read in British maths. And I think it's good for increasing your general level of competences. Because even, for example, when we say about kings, Henry VIII, yeah, will have this Henry and number 8 in Roman numerals, and it is read as Henry VIII. Again, many kids don't or can't read Elizabeth I, Elizabeth II, yeah. So we'll use Roman numerals all the time during all the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th years, like during all these years. So Roman numerals. Then when we have place value now, we add hundreds, and I want to pay your attention to the so-called riddles. Internet is full of riddles, which are really fun for kids. For example, I'm a 2-digit number. I am larger than 50. I am smaller than 90. And both my digits are the same. Who am I? Can you say it? Who am I?
66.
Что, Света включился?
Larger than 50 and smaller than 90. And here it is
77.
77.
larger than 50. Of course, it is 77. This riddles, they are very numerous online, and I will ask you to find more and to use them, because they really, like in these riddles, we really can connect so many topics. We can think of the place value, we can think of digits, again, larger, smaller, so then, and so on. This place value, these riddles, they are also greatly, how to say it, they are made better, or they are enlarged with odd and even numbers. Because with multiplication by 2, when we start multiplication by 2, we also start doing odd and even numbers. Now they are for nothing. They are just like четное, нечетное. I don't know the Ukrainian for them. But you will meet them in riddles, and later they will be they will use them for functions, but not now. Again, четное, нечетное is fun to think of when you do riddles. Next new topic is polygons. Here they are, a triangle, a quadrilateral, like any which has 4 angles, pentagon 5, hexagon 6, heptagon 7, octagon 8, nonagon 9, and decagon 10. So why do we need them? How do you think? What's your idea? They are, again, they are widely used, and later kids will measure the angles, we'll talk about them. But why do we use them for the 2nd grade?
Maybe they connected with Roman numbers.
Probably we can, like number 1, number 2, number 3. But my idea is, again, it's just my idea, and I think we'll do it and it will help, that when we do polygons, especially these polygons, they have equal sides. And when we do polygons with equal sides, we can use them for perimeter. And when we count the perimeter, and the sides are equal, it will be the same as the task for multiplication, like in this triangle. So you measure the sides, and you can either add them, like 3 centimeters plus 3 centimeters plus 3 centimeters, or you may multiply. And every time the multiplication will be different. Here multiplied by 3, by 4, by 5, by 6, and so on. So I see no other use in this polygons, so we'll probably leave them for this year for multiplication. And of course, the new topics will be multiplication and division. Let's look at multiplication and division from the point of view of the 2nd grader. What is multiplication? And again, I'm not sure about division. I'm not sure that we'll do lots of division this year, because we need to understand multiplication. So what is multiplication? First of all, look at the Salamander math worksheet. You will have it in your materials. Step counting or skip counting. So we count his steps, but actually we do skip counting. It's like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 15, 18, 21, 24, and so on. So 27, 30. actually, let's look at multiplication operations from this point of view, from a small kid. We just keep counting first, and we understand that every other number is +3. Then we can practice addition. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. And then we can do the multiplication table. Because all this, like all these operations, they are about multiplication. And they are about doing multiplication easier. Yeah. So counting, skip counting, addition, and then learning the multiplication table. And as an extension, as I've already mentioned, we'll have the perimeter of shapes. For multiplication by 3, we'll do the triangles. Okay, then we'll do measurements, and our measurements will be centimeters for measuring the length, kilograms and liters for measuring the weight. And I mentioned it earlier to somebody that I like this British tasks when they give you the something and you have to think of a measurement. Yeah, so like here, the weight of a calculator. What do you need? Do you need liters? Do you need grams? Or do you need centimeters? Great tasks. For me, they are great for your critical thinking development. And finally, like these were all our new topics. Once again, they are ordinal numbers. Ranking, rating, and fractions later. They are Roman numerals. We'll use them for additions. And again, for developing. Then place value, and we'll do riddles. Riddles will also be great for odd and even numbers. And finally, we'll go to polygons. We'll measure them. We'll multiply their sides, the measurements of their sides. And that's how we'll learn about the perimeter. We'll do multiplication and division, and we'll do lots of measurements. Yeah? So my question is, especially to Tanya, Maryna, and Tanya, do you feel it's already easier?
Nope.
No?
Easy in what?
I mean, for me, like when I started connecting them, I thought, fine, it's much better, like we can do it. Okay, let me share the book, and you will have this book, and you will have to develop 6 units connected with multiplication. Yeah? So let's look at this book. It's the part of it we already have developed. So there will be simple numbers. Then we review shapes. Then we tell how many shapes. They're actually the tasks from the previous year. And so then we do number bonds. Then we do comparisons plus shapes. Then we add fruits and vegetables, and we think of their shapes. Yeah? And then we do addition, subtraction to 20. Then again, we do the problems. And then we go or start Roman numerals. Let's look at them.
We don't see your screen, Maryna.
Really? Aha, so I'm talking to myself. Thank you. Let me understand how to do it. That's not my computer. Okay, thank you. And you see, you still see this, yeah? Okay. So can you see it now?
We can see.
Yes.
Yes.
Finally. Okay, so you see number bonds here, yeah? So this very simple, like very simple tasks that we already had. They are for revision. Again, we see here all these additions, then addition and subtraction. I just didn't want to delete this part. It is good for revision. And then until or when our kids review the subtraction and addition from 1 to 20, we can add Roman numerals here. And look at this. Each Roman numeral is already a push to subtraction or subtraction or addition. Like 1 is 1, 2 is 1 plus 2, yeah. 4 is 5 minus 1 is 4, 6 is 5 plus 1 is 6, yeah. And we keep adding and subtracting, and I don't think we'll do bigger numerals. I think for the kids of the second grades, Roman numerals from 1 to 20 will be enough. But maybe when you get acquainted with them, maybe we'll understand that they can do more. But like my idea is from 1 to 20, there will be like a good development for them. Yeah? So we can do this. We can write the correct Roman numeral next to each number. So Roman numerals are fun. Again, this is a simple task. They just copy from here. Yeah. So then they copy from here, and they explain to you addition and subtraction. So probably Roman numerals can be good for this warming up activities, for the routines and for counting. So Roman numerals, then animals, you've already seen them. Then animals are here because they are connected with ordinal numbers. We review ordinal numbers or learn them. And here are the wonderful tasks, which are so many online. So what place the starfish is in, or is the starfish in, or what animal is the first, the last, the second, the third, color the fourth snail, color the third cat, like fun. Yeah. And ordinal numbers can be very well used with the vocabulary. Then we do numbers from 1 till 100. And again, greater, less, equal. And I have already put here my, just from our books, the tasks, like we review family, and with the family, we review the age, and here we can talk about the youngest, younger than, older than, and we can do simple problems and simple additions. 44 plus 2, they are the same age, younger, and so on. And here are different word problems for counting age. Then we do 2-digit numbers. With 2-digit numbers, we use place value, and we count how many tens, how many ones. We review tens and ones, and we subtract and add the simple big numbers like 50 and 20, for example, because they are simple. Then we count. Then we add hundreds, and they can count here already hundreds, tens and ones, and that will do for the place value of year 2 of grade 2, because I think counting hundreds, tens and ones is already a huge thing in count. And then we go to the shapes and we start thinking of the perimeter. And perimeter is important because perimeter is a topic for the second grade. And what they need to understand here is that some sides are equal, yeah? And some sides are different. When sides are equal, you just add the same number. Yeah, when sides are different, you have to think of the measurement, to think of the number. And that's how they start thinking of the perimeter. And perimeter is like all the time in the second grade, they do the perimeter. And from here, from this moment, we start with multiplication by 2. So, and how we do the multiplication? There is a table, yeah? There is, you can multiply, you can think of the results, you can also do the sheets, and then I already mentioned it, that with multiplication by 2, we start dividing numbers into even and odd. Yeah? And it's simple because even numbers end in 0, 2, 6, 8, and 4, and odd numbers end in 1, 5, 7, 3, and 9. Yeah? Again, this year, we learn only about even and odd numbers. We don't go further. We just ask our kids to define if a number is even and odd. And actually, later they will learn that even numbers can be divided by 2. That's why they are here. Yeah? So I put here the body parts as a topic because with the body parts, we can like multiply everything by 2. And it's easy because we at first review, then we count, for example, how many eyes, how many legs, how many like ears, yeah, how many noses. Here are simple multiplications, and we can also divide here, like 4 ears, how many? Or 16, how many? They are good. They are good for the division, and I just put them here. Later we'll understand where they should belong. The types of polygons that we have already seen with you in the presentation. Yeah? So, and that was the part that I have already done. Now we'll divide into 6 groups, and each group will do multiplication by 3, or by 4, or by 5, or by 6, or by 7, or by 8. Yeah, like 6 groups. I have already done this part with skip counting. You do skip counting, you learn multiplication, you do this wonderful task from Captain Salamander, you do this, and you have here the simple problems. How many wheels on 3 cars, and so on. This is for multiplication. And here you will need to add other topics for measuring lengths, centimeters, shapes, triangle, and we'll measure the perimeter of shapes, even and odd numbers, any type of a puzzle, of a riddle, and something with Roman numerals and ordinal numbers and school things. So that is like I already put here the worksheet from ISL Collective. When you see that there is the revision of words of the vocabulary, and there also is the order of things, the first, the second, and so on. So, and you review the things using like looking at the picture and the item is, and that's how you review the ordinal numbers. Yeah, multiplication by 4, the same. We learned multiplication. We learned that multiplication is a simple addition of like 4, 4, 4, and 4, or 3, 3 is 3 and 3, but 4 times. We learned these types of puzzles or problems. We do the same as in salamander math. We do skip counting. We multiply, and even we can even review this triangles, and we can do this multiplication. The same, and the topics here will be measuring time, minutes, and hours, then shapes, squares, and triangles for measuring perimeter, even and odd numbers, Roman numerals, and daily actions, just connecting with minutes and hours. So the same with 5, again, multiplication, then simple problems, then lengths, meters, centimeters, pentagon for measuring perimeter, even and odd numbers for riddles, Roman numerals, as you see them, just any type of a task, and my home for meters and centimeters, longer, slower, and so on. The same with 6, multiplied by 6. So we understand that this is 6 plus 6 is 2 times 6. Then we count by 6 or in 6, and we do multiplication problems, and we do here grams and kilograms, and we already review liters, then centimeters, and only one thing here. Of course, we don't do ounces, we don't do ounces. So this worksheet is not good for our kids actually, because they don't do, it is called the imperial system. We have metric system and imperial system. Like metric system is the system that we use, but Brits may sometimes use imperial system, which are inches, feet, ounces, and so on, but that's not for year 2. Actually, like our kids who are the 6th grade, they do this imperial system measurements very easily, but not in the 2nd grade. Yeah, so, and here are the measurements, and it's good to add foot here because of liters and milliliters. And you probably already see the pattern. We do multiplication. We understand what multiplication is with this table. Like then we'll think of using this multiplication in puzzles, in problems. Then we measure. Then we do the shapes, because we measured the shape, we do the shape, we count the perimeter, we think of something with Roman numerals, and then we add some topic foot, we review some basic vocabulary, and for example, when we measure liters and milliliters, we can also think of grams and kilograms, and do the tasks like how to measure, or like, you understand, food may be measured liquids in liters and milliliters, and like other foods in grams. And for example, sometimes, like метр ковбасы, we can even measure them in centimeters. But this is already for fun. It's not for serious mathematic measurements. So then we'll do multiplication by 7, and we'll do here meters, yeah? And we can do a project like this when we just measure from this to this, because for kids it's also good when they use the ruler and measure. It's not that they have to think of something, yeah, or you give them the numbers. It's good to use the ruler and to measure, because this is a real life thing. Yeah, so we do city buildings, then multiplication by 8, and with multiplication by 8, we do the problems, and we do the octagon, and even and odd numbers. We don't do multiplication by 9 because actually it already contains different types of, like all types of multiplications. And yeah, it's like no need to do it by 9 because it's the same. So again, we don't do here 3D shapes, but there is a worksheet like this. Probably we'll need them next year for the 3rd grade, because then we'll do the capacity. So, and also I highly recommend you, like I strongly recommend you to look at the British books, at British materials. They are fun. They are fun. I just copied a couple of tasks here. They are like, imagine, color 4 of the fruits red is already step 1 of fractions. Circle in the 4th picture from the right. Draw the first picture from the left in the box, and write down what is between the apple and the pear. So you will find lots of tasks like this in the folder that is called British Maths or British Books. So this is from British Maths. Some tasks are simple, but some tasks are like, for me, wow, I love this. Or for example, next is color green the even numbers in the 2nd row. And the kid has to understand even numbers and 2nd row. Yeah? So then 2-digit numbers, place value, like 2 digits, odd numbers in the 4th row, and greater than 8 in the 5th column. Like when you analyze, like when we analyze the tasks, we'll see that we can't put these tasks into our book because they connect so many topics. And as our kids are not English-speaking kids, they need this build up of material. Yeah? But as soon as you have mastered some topics, like here, ordinal numbers, yeah? So, and actually nothing else. And here, ordinal numbers, then place value, 2-digit numbers, and odd and even numbers. Such tasks, you can, the kids will do them easily. And it seems to me that they will make them think. Yeah? Okay, questions here, because that's it for today. Yeah? I will send this video now, and I will send you the PowerPoint, and you will have all the materials in the Google Drive, and I will also divide you into the groups. We'll have 6 groups, and I will send this part like to each group, multiplication by 3, by 4, and by 5, but not just now. And in our plan for work, you also saw Dr. Neely's presentations. This is a special gift from American Embassy. They are given this presenter to us and to the participants of the literature course. Yeah, So as a gift. So we'll meet you with your tasks in 2 weeks, not in a week. And in a week, we'll do this 2 very necessary, again, it's about social emotional learning. It's about more like выховная работа, but it's good for general development and for understanding the buzzwords of today and for understanding what is what people are talking about today. Okay, so if you have any questions, ask.
I have a question, Maryna Valerievna.
Marina.
Maybe it would be more logical to add some examples about counting perimeter of our polygons after each number for multiplication. Like
Absolutely. Absolutely, Marin. Like you do multiplication.
Not like separate topic, yes.
No. After there in each topic. Yeah.
In each topic.
Yeah, because when we do it as a separate topic, I think kids will be lost. But when they understand that there are 5 sides.
Yes, it's like distract. No,
yeah, yes. And each side is 2 centimeters long. It's just 5 by 2 is 10, and it's already like it will train their brain.
Like a visual example for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Multiplication.
Yeah, in each multiplication. You see, I choose multiplication as a topic because this is the most difficult topic of the 2nd year. So that's why
I think it's enough. Division is too much for.
No. I don't understand how they can do division this year. Yes. I just have no idea how they can do the simple division, like 6 ears for how many people, or 8 eyes for how many people. Maybe this type of division, but it has to be very visual. Yeah, it's not like
Maybe we should start division from even numbers first of all. So
it will develop next year, but this year
again,
don't.
Yes, not in 2nd grade.
Yeah, don't do division problems a lot. Tanya, your question, come on.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, not only open Google Drive for us, but maybe send materials with separate email. Like
absolutely, that's what I was going to do.
Connected to the internet, and I can't open them.
Absolutely, then. Absolutely. I will do it. I will send, like each group will get their own part, but the whole book will be in the Google Drive. Because it's difficult to send it.
Okay,
or I can send a PDF file maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. It's possible. But it's not finished, but still you will understand that this PDF file is not finished.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Yeah, and Tanya, I'll meet you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and I'll meet all of you in a week with Dr. Neil. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye for everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.